Hey, good evening. I'm going to be making pickled carrots from the USDA guidelines, and I've got it. I'll link you to it down in the description box. In this pan, I've got 5½ cups of vinegar, 1 cup of water, 2 teaspoons of salt, it's canning and pickling salt, and 1 cup of sugar. The original recipe calls for 2 cups, but we felt like that was going to be a little sweet for our taste. So I'll bring this up to a boil and then simmer it for 3 minutes. Okay, I'm going to be bringing my vinegar and sugar, which we cut back to 1 cup instead of 2 cups, and salt to a boil here, and I'm going to let it simmer for about 3 minutes. I've got my jars in my steam canner, and I've already added to each one 2 teaspoons of mustard seed and 1 teaspoon of celery seed, and for a little interest I added a 1/4 teaspoon of dill seed because we felt like we wanted some dill in this, and adding dried seasonings is perfectly safe. So I'll bring you back on the next step. Okay, my brine has been simmering for 3 minutes, so let me get my carrots and put them in there. Okay, the carrots are in there. I'm going to turn the heat back up, bring it back to a boil, then I turn it down and let those simmer for 10 minutes. And I know that seems like a long time. It does say till they're about half done. But you got to remember that carrots are very dense, hard vegetables, so we want to make sure this brine is really getting in there. So I'll bring you back when the 10 minutes is up. Oh, that steam is getting it. Okay. These carrots have been simmering for about 10 minutes. So now I'm ready to start filling the jars. Here's my first jar, hot and ready. Now, put the carrots in first. And you'll put them into a 1-inch headspace. Let me see. Let me get that right back out of there, I think. Nope, it's okay. Alright, so that's to a 1-inch headspace. Then you put the brine in. Let me get this handle out of the way. Then you put the brine in to 1/2-inch headspace. Let me see where that's at. As usual, remove air bubbles. Might have to, I'm going to have to add a little bit more brine. Okay. Got a wet paper towel here. Damp paper towel. Wipe the rim of the jar. Put on the lid and ring. And set it on the towel. Give it a turn. Okay, it stopped. And it goes in the canner. I'll get the rest of the jars filled. I've got a 1/2 pint jar ready, but without the spices in it yet, so just in case I need it. So I'll bring you back in just a minute. I actually got enough to make 5 pints out of that. So now I'm waiting for the steam to come out of this fully steady stream of steam coming out of this hole. And then when this gets up to the dark green area right there on the right, the dark green, then I'll start my time for 15 minutes. So I'll bring you back. Okay, got good head of steam coming out of the vent hole down here. And it's kind of hard to see, but my indicator is going right. It's beginning to go into the green. So I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes. Here we go. Let my jars sit in the canner for a few minutes. Now I'm taking them out, putting them on this towel. They're very pretty. Nice color. I actually got one extra jar. It was not quite as many carrots, but the brine is fine. It was too much for a half pint. So there you go. This is the USDA, as I said, pickled carrots. So tell me if you've made these. They had a recipe also for pickled baby carrots. It was a little different. And then the ball book had a recipe for pickled carrots, but it called for 5 pounds of carrots, and I didn't have that many. So I chose to do this one. Anyway, they're awfully pretty there. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. And thank you to those who have given to my tip jar. I really appreciate it. It helps so much. You have no idea how much it helps. Thanks again.